Hello. Hi. Welcome to the Gen Zone.
We started?
My name is Darrius, and this is
We started? How you gonna start? I just sit down.
Cut.
Cut. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gen Zone.
Hello. This your girl Michelle. How you doing today?
This is Darrius.
My son. We're here to talk about the Gen Zone. The Gen Zone. What is the Gen Zone? The Gen Zone is our show about generation versus
Generation.
versus. Right. Because I am Generation X.
And I'm a millennium, Generation Y.
And a lot of times me and my son get into, I guess, debates about different subjects. And a lot of times we come from our opinion that deals with our generation, my generation. I have my opinion. And
We have our opinions always.
so what we're going to talk about during these shows is different topics. It may be a topic that's out there that all of you know about, or it may just be a topic that's something me and Darrius had discussed with his friends and my friends. So we hope that you will tune in with us. We will be coming to you every 2 weeks, usually around 8 o'clock. It'll be on YouTube for right now. Eventually, we hope to do podcasts and things like that. But today, we want to make a disclaimer about what a millennium is.
Well, I technically believe like I'm in the borderline millennium and Gen X since I was born in '92, But I say my generation millennium is they do about 20 years apart, so I'll say mine is what's 81.
81. Yeah, when I Googled it, it was basically like I think it was like 89 to something, where it's like the 20-some-year-olds and the 30-some-year-olds of today would make up the millenniums. Now, some of you may see it some other way, and that's fine. Please let me know. We know that Generation X, my generation, of course, is like the 40-some-year-olds on up to in the 50s, and maybe even a little past that, of course.
And my generation, of course, is like the about early 20s, about mid 30s.
Right.
We're starting to reach 40.
Right. So, like I said, you can Google it about what a millennium is. But what I want to discuss is what some of these new 20-something-year-olds, because they're the ones out there that graduated college, or either they're out there in the working world. They're making decisions that matter to all of us. So, and some of the decisions they are making are good, but then some of them are a little, I don't know, what would be the word for it to you?
First of all, it goes both ways with those decisions, but
Well, yeah, but you all are in the new decisions. Our world is starting to change, and we are looking up to what you guys are going to do.
You said the very key thing. Our world is starting to change. It's a new world out there. We actually have to teach y'all how to run this world a little bit.
Well, I would say teach.
More so.
I mean, how you gonna teach a teacher? I mean, now let me take that back.
Okay.
There are some things, of course, we can learn from you guys, but I don't think you're out there to teach us something new. Do you?
Well, no, I mean, but I feel like, just like you said, it's changing. Just like this world is getting smaller and smaller as technology grows. I feel like, yes, the youth and the younger, I mean, I've been taught by a Generation Z multiple times, as well as I've got taught by baby boomers. So, I mean, it goes hand in hand with this generation, with this time frame now that...
Well, that's true. We all are learning from each other.
Exactly.
I just feel like my age group, I'm 49 right now, I'm proud of it. I just feel like my age group are the ones who are guiding you guys, because we've been through a lot of what you've been through. We see when you're going into something maybe you shouldn't go into. It's like we've been through the fire.
Yeah, y'all have. Y'all are the closest thing to this newer age technology. Like I say, you can't really go back down to the baby boomers or the generation before them, which they call them the Great Generation. But another day, another story.
Well, they laid the foundation. And they especially laid the foundation for us. And that would be one of the first topics that I want to talk about today. One of the things that when I looked up millenniums, things people kind of have a problem with about millenniums is your boldness, being very bold and aggressive. And we know that being bold, it can be good. Especially if you're out there being a go-getter, go and get a job, trying to keep the job, being an entrepreneur. All of that can work in your favor. But sometimes boldness can borderline disrespect. And a lot of us in my age group see a lot of disrespect from your group.
I mean, I can agree with that. I would say most of the disrespect comes from the generation below us, Gen Z. No
Well,
offense.
that is true.
But I mean, we do have a little part in disrespect, and I really blame it on just the shelterness of our parents. I mean,
What do you mean the shelteredness of your parents?
I really wasn't too sheltered, but I was a little bit sheltered, a little bit, or at least she tried to shelter.
I took care of you.
And that's another term for it, I guess. But,
Well, what do you mean by shelter?
Just basically protect from the world, instead of just the generation before where they'll push you out and let you go at 18 and do your own thing and
Well,
get a job and
that's true.
hit
But
the
the
pavement
world
hard.
changed. The
The world is different.
We had to protect you guys a little bit more.
It's a little more with the terrorist attacks and all the
people out there doing bad things.
People doing bad things.
And one reason is because, like
school
you said,
shootings.
the
I mean,
technology and the social media, which is a great thing, but also became a hindrance for us having to protect you from people who could get to you anytime. People can find your address. So yeah, we had to protect you a little bit more, but we also taught you what we learned is to be respectful. But some of you, your age group, millenniums, and Darrius is, how old are you?
26.
Darrius is 26, millennium, and a lot of your age group feel that they can talk any type of way they want to our age group instead of just listening or being quiet.
I would say there is a thin line where, personally, I feel like you should respect, no matter what, no matter how belligerent somebody gets.
You better.
It's more so, you can walk away from any situation. Well, most situations, I ain't gonna say any, but you can walk away from most situations. But yeah, I mean, I can see people stepping over those lines, especially our millenniums and the Gen Zs.
But do you think it's right at any time?
I mean, it depends on the situation. I mean, it's a very narrow situation, but
have you had an argument with somebody, let's say over 50 ever before?
Yeah, for sure, yes.
And did you feel that it was disrespectful?
At the time, yeah, but I mean, at the time there was a heated, conversation. It didn't get physical, but it did, voices did get raised.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. To me, from my generation, you don't raise your voice to somebody that much older than you.
Well, like I said, it's a different. The times have changed. It's a different generation.
But why wouldn't you just be quiet?
I feel like it's more so of a respect thing than an age thing.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Well, for instance, with this generation or with this world now that's turning, and you can go to China in an instance instead of back in the day where you had to fill out paperwork, you had to figure out how to get there from point A to point B. It's a lot easier to get there nowadays. I feel like just that close knit that the world is getting now I feel like it's more of just respect. I mean, you can meet somebody and you might think they're older than you, and they might be, 10 years younger than you, and then it's just I feel like you should respect anybody that you meet, anybody that you talk to.
Well, I agree. Everybody should respect everybody, but
so
I really think
if that respect, I feel like if that respect, my bad to interrupt, but if that respect is taken away, regardless of the age, if you're older, younger, I mean, it's all about respect.
So you feel that if a person older than you, let's say they're 55, disrespects you, then that takes it away, and you should be able to disrespect them?
It's not more so that makes it more so of a tit for tat type of deal. It's more so of just if I mean, because everybody has their own preference of disrespect and what's their line of disrespect. I feel like us millenniums, our line is a little bit thinner than most others.
Yeah, but the line is based on the person you're talking to.
Well,
so if you see
correct.
that person is older than you, the line is already drawn.
Well, I'm talking about as a millennium in our minds of thinking. I feel like, in my opinion, our line is just respect. It's not of an age. Like you come. I mean, regardless if you're 90, if you're 50, if you're 20, if you're 10. I mean, if you come to me with respect, I'll give you respect. Like that's that. I feel
you don't feel that you automatically have to give an older person respect, regardless of what they say or do.
I feel like, and to an extent, because like I said, this is a more dangerous world where you sitting around and you listen and you say yes and no and yes sir, and you listen to this older person for a year or 2 years or however long you listen to them, and then you get guided to the wrong way. I feel like if you would have just stood up and took instead of listening to the advice that you wasn't really listening to, or the disrespect or the back talk or the belittle, anything that you felt like you didn't like about it, if you just would have just stood up for yourself and just moved around or did something different.
But can't you do it anyway, even if you just maybe been quiet and just didn't say? Why do you? And see, that's the problem I have with millenniums, and is that you have to have something to say back.
Well, I mean,
why do you always have to have something to say back?
To combat that, I feel like, why do your generation always feel like, oh, because I am the older one, I should be the head honcho,
because we
the leader
earned
of all.
it. We earned it. We didn't get this age and go through what we've been through for somebody your age or even younger to talk back to us. We have to have, regardless of rich, we poor, what we're doing, we have got to this age and we feel that we should be honored by you guys with a big level of respect. That's why.
Well, yeah.
We earned it. We don't feel that you've all have earned. Well, you like you say, human to human. You should respect everybody, and and you should know how people are. Some people this way, some people that way, and you respect them for that. Yes, but at the same time, if me and you are in an argument, then you should be quiet first.
Yeah.
Because
of the age first.
Because of the age, exactly.
Correct.
Because of the age.
I can say that, but if it's out of line disrespect, then like I said, it depends on that person. Now, I feel like us millennials, once again, our threshold of just our tipping point of disrespect when you say something is a lot thinner than most of y'all ages. I feel like, but I feel like once we get tipped over, I feel like it can be explained basically, because
like when you're in your job, your manager. Let's say your manager is 50, okay, and your manager is telling you, you need to go do this, you need to go do that, and he's saying it in a very mean way. He's not cursing you, but he's saying it maybe in a little kind of a belittling way. Should you talk back to him in a certain way? Should you have a certain tone? I'm not saying you shouldn't stick up for yourself, but how should your tone
be? I
be?
feel like you should, like I said, you should always come with respect, always. If, like I said, as long as you're not feeling disrespected or uncomfortable, I feel like you should always give back respect. That goes for any age, any generation. But like I said, once you feel like they stepped over that disrespect point line or that line, and you feel disrespected, I mean, it's up to you how you was raised, to how you want to handle it. If it's walk away, if it take a minute, if it curse them out and lose your job, like that's on you. So I feel like that's a little bit different than, y'all generation. Y'all would teach, respect this. You got to respect your elders. Yes, sir. No, sir. But I feel like just because y'all was, it was more so of an in-house type of thing. Y'all wasn't traveling that. I was traveling, y'all generation, but it wasn't as a close net where you can just text a friend from Europe and, meet up or have little pen pals.
So you're saying because we didn't have all that extra that it made us a little bit more closed minded, a little more
it
closed
made y'all
in.
more closed in with family and more y'all could teach the morals and the respect a little bit more than instead of now. So where we're outside, we're being more active and doing.
So if I taught you morals
Right.
the way I see them from my household. But then when you're saying when you get out there and you start talking and seeing and meeting other people, that doesn't mean that you have to continue with those same morals.
No, of course. I mean, as you grow up, I mean, if the house that you grow up in, you supposed to follow those religion, morals, everything that you learned in the household, and bring it out into the public. And I mean, make it your own, of course, but bring it out into the public. You should never just change and be a whole totally different person. But I mean, it's like I said, it's a different world out there. It's
So you're saying like I might have taught you something that may be a little more old fashioned than what it could be because the world has changed.
we can't go with old fashioned. It's the techniques and the way of thinking that most of Gen X is mostly that Gen X thinks is premature. Like it's past.
Some of you get into the category of lazy.
And I can't agree. We are a lazy bunch, but
So we agree with that. We agree.
We are.
Millennials can be lazy.
Hey, but I mean, it's like I said, it's that world that we're becoming. I mean, it's I don't know. I would take it from the movie. I don't know if you've seen the Disney movie WALL-E.
I've heard of it. I've never.
It's a great movie. You should check it out. WALL-E on Disney, Pixel.
Call us Disney.
Don't call us.
Call us Disney.
Anyways, but basically the gist of the story is that I mean the world is far beyond itself that we have to move past it because we just destroyed it so much that I mean even a single plant can't even grow on our earth. So now we shipped off into this pod and we living on these pods and there's a bunch of just big people sitting in chairs and getting fed to by robots, showered
Big people.
I mean it shows in the sense that since we're not exercising and working like normal, we just sitting around and working and just sitting on our bums.
So we get fat and doing nothing.
We get fat, we do nothing, but it's more of a enjoyable lifestyle for them with the robots and the technology and everything is just handed to you. So I feel like that's more so.
But isn't that what you guys are doing?
In the sense, that's more so what I see what you're leaning to. But I mean, we're not even at that point yet. I mean,
All right, but if are you saying that movie is kind of a prediction of what the future could be if it stays like that? Well, if you guys see that as that, then that means you have to stop, not us.
I mean, I feel like
because our time is dwindling.
I feel like because our generation, our brain. I mean, I feel like those movies are because of our generation. I mean, our generation. Some of the directors, actors, and producers are from our generation making these type of movies. And I feel like it empowers us to. Even,
I think they're from our generation.
They're from both generations, but I feel like they both. I feel like it empowers even the younger generation and the older to even just work that harder to not see this earth become that way or this world become.
But you think that like that movie is showing that because of what my generation and the older generation did?
Now, if we want to put blame, the y'all's generation is probably the most to blame with the cause of where we at right now.
So we're to blame of maybe Earth going down environmentally, getting fat, not doing what we're supposed to be.
Everything that's, I mean, I ain't gonna say everything, but majority of the things that are wrong with this world today and with the human species and totality, I mean, I would blame it on the Gen X. You know, that's
the Gen X.
That's the blame.
So, but your gen, the Gen Y, is not doing anything about it. Y'all just rolling with whatever comes up.
It's not really rolling. I mean,
just go with the flow.
Like I said, we got some very innovative millennium go-getters. I mean, just to name one, Elon Musk. He's a great innovator. I believe he's a millennium. He should be a millennium.
Who is Elon Musk? I don't know who that is.
And there you go. You see, our generation is that much.
Do you know who he is?
He's a very innovative. Have you heard of Tesla, the cars?
Yes, I have.
Okay, well then he's. Have you heard of I mean, we're not patting behind Elon, so I can't really
Call us Elon.
speak of all his dealings.
Call us Tesla.
Yeah, but I mean, even though with our generation, the best president, Barack Obama, was president in our generation.
Call us Barack.
I mean, I don't. I mean, this. He was born in our generation. He served in ours, so that's.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
It is a great thing.
But look who served in y'all's. He did, and like you say, in your opinion, in my opinion, he was a good president for my generation. Can your generation? That's what we're worried about. Can your generation later on? Because we are getting older. Is your generation going to be able to carry out what we said?
I feel like if you
and fix the things that you say need to be fixed.
I feel like if you look into the future, I feel like we are making the necessary steps to fixing this so-called problem or issue that we're having. I mean, the global warming from the
but that's still my generation fixing it.
Well, I mean, what is blame from our generation? What have we done to contribute to that?
That's what I'm trying to find out. What y'all have done is we do know that more of you are being educated and higher learning.
I feel like negatively, like
what have y'all done negatively
towards the other earth? Like
because y'all doing nothing towards it. I mean, there's some of you that are, but I think you're just you guys are just using what we laid out there. Whether you like it or not, and you complain about it a lot, but you just beep beep. That was a hello, and those are our fans blowing.
We're in New York, guys.
New York. No. But it's like you guys are walking on. If y'all saying that what we did is a kind of a bad foundation, y'all don't mind walking, leaning on the foundation because somebody's holding you up. So I feel that y'all just going with whatever the flow is, whether y'all doing something good or you're not doing something good, but we're still holding you guys up. We're waiting for you to take the stick and run with it.
Okay. Now, if you put it in that sense, I would say
the sense of right.
The sense of more of activists and standing up for what's right. I mean, I feel like we have that in a sense. We're probably not going for the same things that y'all are going for, but we do stand up for what we feel like is right and what we feel like we should stand up for.
I don't feel that y'all are coordinated. I don't feel like your group is everybody on the same page on a lot of things.
And that is where y'all's generation disconnects, because I mean that's why our generation is so amazing and just spectacular. It's because we can blend with the Y generation and blend with the Z generation and even blend with the baby boomers and actually bring them to a sense of the new age and the new world.
So you figure you guys are blending to help us get where we need to be because you guys are showing us something new that we're not even being aware of.
In a sense, yes. I mean, it's...
Like but yet, y'all aren't moving it forward, though.
Like I said,
play it forward.
It's like the generation, every generation takes a part in building this world and making the world better again.
But we're still building it right now, my generation.
I feel like both generations are building it.
So you feel that the millennials, especially the 20-some-year-olds, that are right out there in the midst of everything.
I mean, you can't really.
They are. In the process of building something.
I mean, first of all, you're speaking on 20-year-olds. I mean, we're still.
Well, I mean, 20-something. You're 26.
Well, yeah. I mean,
27,
even
28.
26, I mean, I can think of 29-year-olds that. I mean, yeah,
they building something?
We have some. I would say most millennials in that age bracket are more so building for themselves and their family more so.
I would say themselves, because one thing I did look up that triggered something is that millenniums. And remember, we're talking about some. But this is the data that I looked up. Some of you I don't love data. Is that a lot of millennials are not having families early like we used to. We used to, baby, have families early and get married. We're married by 30 or 31 years old and we have kids. They're saying nowadays a lot of millennials are waiting if they ever get married and have families. So isn't that bringing down society if you're not reproducing at a certain number?
I mean, I don't know. I gotta check those numbers.
You stuck on what I said. See, I'm a master at what I do. and what I say.
That's
See, that's education.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's my age right there. See, let's one for Generation X. Thank you.
Okay. Well, back to the millenniums and where this world is going. Like I said, I mean, we're still growing. We're still learning. We're still trying to.
And you're learning from us.
Of course. I mean, we are the learn. I feel like we are the learning generation. I mean,
I agree with that. I think you are
this is
a learning generation. Y'all are very curious.
This is the most innovative that our world has seen to date, and so we have a lot to touch on and figure out and learn.
Well, I hope so.
And it's like
because we getting old, and I hate to. I'm already looking at my students who are Generation Z.
Generation Z.
And I'm scared to wake up.
You should be scared about the millennium. You should be scared about
it. I'm scared of waking up old in an old folks' home and one of my students looking over me talking about what to do. Because they don't know what to do.
That's a subject for another day.
Bruh. Calling me bruh.
I mean, I can take a part of bruh. Bruh's in the millenniums as well.
Yeah, but y'all call everybody bruh. And I think calling an older person that is disrespectful.
I mean, it depends on. I mean, yes, if you're calling somebody
bro,
bro,
is it bro?
It's bro. Bro is like bruh. Like
but bro, calling and go and like I have students come to me talking about, oh, bro, I ain't no bro.
I mean, that's a little disrespectful. I can agree with that. For a student.
But I heard you talk to one of your friends that's a girl, and you were like, oh, bro, no, bro. But
I mean,
calling a young lady bro.
Different situation. Like I said, it's a different time.
And I've heard the lady call you a bro.
It's a different time. I've heard everything under the sun other than bro. So
well, I guess you're right. And you know what? That will probably be our next topic, talking about words.
Look, all words are made up. All right.
Okay, there he goes again with that.
That's the key.
Of course, words are made up, but but there's a logic to them.
Most of them.
Most of them, there's a logic to them.
Most of them, there's a logic.
You have the parts of the word that mean something, and so that's how they get the words.
That's how you get, like, if you get the English tense or the French tense. Like if you, I can see that. And for the beginning, when you're making up certain
French
words.
tense, okay.
Did I say that wrong?
Yes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Teacher? Did I say that wrong?
Yes, I teach 24/7.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Remember that. But that's going to be our next topic. We don't want to keep everybody long. I think we had a great discussion for the beginning of what we're going to do to kind of give you an idea. We hope that you will subscribe. We hope that you will comment. If there's something you didn't like that was said by me or Darrius, please let us know. And we will talk about it in the next show. If it's something you would like to talk about, let us know. Send us your contact information, because we are going to have guests on the show, and we're also going to do some lives later, way down the future, where you can come in and talk to us. So I think Darrius hit on a good thing. The next show, we will talk about how we use words.
Because words are made up.
Because words are not made up.
If you check the dictionary every year, they bring in about 50
to
80 words each
But they
year.
get the parts of the words from somewhere, Darrius.
Correct. Look, y'all can. Here's a nugget y'all can think about. If the person that created the color red and named the color red and named it blue, and we enter to today's time, we will be calling that color blue instead of red. Words are made up.
Okay, well, we thank everybody. Think about that. Let that marinate. Me and Darrius are gonna talk about that next time. We'll probably have a guest next time. Maybe one of my generation, or maybe one of his generation, or both. I don't know. But think about words. Think about how we use words. Continue to learn, grow, be respectful.
Okay, this he's making it into a teaching type of thing.
I'm a teacher 24/7.
You don't have homework.
This is the ending of the show.
I feel you, but you don't have
It
homework.
wasn't homework.
Look, you don't have to think about words. You can go back to doing whatever you was doing, man.
Darrius, no, he's not too old to get a whooping either. On this show. That'll be a whole different show.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a whole different
type
of show.
All right.
Have to call the police. But anyway, thank you again. We had a good time. See ya. Woohoo.
There we go. and